Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 11 tonight. Let's get started. KREM 2 has obtained the deputy body camera video showing the moment a Clearwater County man was shot and killed in front of his elderly parents. 48-year-old Michael Trappett was drunk and armed with a knife. Prosecutors deemed the shooting was justified. Trappett's family insists he was only a threat to himself. In an exclusive interview tonight, Kyle Simchuk talked with Trappett's brother, who believes he should still be alive.
We want to warn viewers, the body cam video we're about to show is hard to watch. We aren't showing the moment Michael Trappett is shot, but you will hear the gunshots. His brother Bill says there's no reason Michael should have died. He thinks deputies need more training. It's a dark, cold January night when Clearwater County deputies respond to this Orofino home. A woman says her son is drunk, armed with a knife, and threatening to harm himself.
What's his name? Michael?
For the next 22 minutes, deputies search cars and several outbuildings. Michael Trappett is nowhere to be found. They eventually go back to the house and speak with his worried mother.
Do you know of any other place that he might go around this area? Anybody that he knows or associates with? Okay.
Then Michael appears. This video shows the last 57 seconds of his life.
Michael, show me your hands.
Show me your hands, Michael.
Hands.
Show me your hands, Michael. Show me your hands, Michael. Show me your hands, Michael. Drop the knife. Drop the knife. Five, we got one at gunpoint.
Drop the knife.
Drop the knife, Michael. Drop the knife. Drop the knife, Michael.
You beat for pleasure.
Michael. Drop the knife, Michael.
You come over here.
Michael, drop that knife, dude.
Shoot me.
Just talk. No, we don't want to shoot you, man.
Drop it.
We don't want to shoot you, man. Just talk to us. What's going on?
Shoot.
What's going on? Get away from the window.
Drop the knife.
Drop that knife, Michael. Don't, Michael, drop the knife, dude. No. Michael, don't.
Based on the rest of the video, it appears Michael died soon, if not immediately after the shooting.
This is not how I expected my night to end.
His oldest brother Bill says his body was still there when he got to his parents' house 4 hours later.
It was way excessive, 15 shots, and he wasn't even turning around and wasn't fighting them.
The angle from the female deputy's body camera isn't as clear, but you can see Michael stop and hold up the kitchen knife.
She was not trying to de-escalate. And if you look where the male officer was, he had significant distance between him and where my brother was.
Bill says his brother struggled with bipolar disorder and alcoholism. He's clearly drunk talking to deputies, but Bill insists Michael was only a threat to himself. He thinks deputies need more de-escalation training.
They should have had plenty of training to de-escalate it. I mean, there is absolutely no reason that he should have been shot.
Both of the deputies involved have been cleared. The Latah County prosecutor deemed the shooting was justified. Bill says his parents will never be the same after seeing Michael shot and killed in front of them. They blame themselves now for his death since they called police that night. In the studio, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
All right, now to our night beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. Tonight we have an update on the homeless camp near I-90 in Freya. It's estimated nearly 500 people are now staying on that WashDOT property, and now one organization is bringing in more amenities to the site, including water tanks for the summer months.
So the biggest thing that we continue to watch for is the shelter bed space availability. So as soon as that becomes available, there's been the talk about the new shelter on Trent. As soon as that becomes available, we will take action to remove the encampment with our local partners.
The new amenities include makeshift showers, 2 bird's eye view security cameras. Julie Garcia with Jules Helping Hand says they are also installing lights around the camp. The number of amenities continues to grow, along with the people staying there and the RVs parked around the property. WashDOT owns this land, and it said from the beginning the camp is there illegally. Spokesperson Ryan Overton says the additional amenities are being brought onto the property without WashDOT's knowledge and are not permitted. The city wants to move quickly to get people moved into that new shelter, but it is still working on a plan for those who say they don't want to go to a shelter. Well, there is a backlog of criminal cases in North Idaho. Prosecutors and public defenders say that backlog is putting a strain on budgets. The Lewiston Tribune reports Nez Perce County has more than 300 felonies in its system. They expect that to increase to 500. Prosecutors say the increase is caused by mental health issues and what they call a tough economy. A school plant facilities levy could soon be coming to residents in the Coeur d'Alene School District. The levy would establish a pool of funds for deferred maintenance projects and school safety needs, which right now does not have an established funding source. Deferred maintenance includes air heating and cooling system upgrades, roof repairs, drinking fountains, alarm systems, and security cameras, among other items. Right now, the district's backlog is $25 million and is expected to grow to $68 million by 2027 if those repairs are not made. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just text us the word night to 509-448-2000 and we'll send them directly to your phone. All right, let's talk weather now today because we had a beautiful day with warm temperatures and sunshine, but this evening the clouds rolled in. Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Blue joining us in the Outdoor Weather Center. And Jeremy, we could see some rain tomorrow morning is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's kind of the way it's looking right now. Good news is not near as heavy as what we saw over the weekend and not lasting all that long. Right now, we sit at a comfortable 65 degrees. I'm out here in the Outdoor Weather Center going, all right, this isn't bad. Nice, beautiful evening. As clouds have now taken over, starting to see some of that moisture move out of the Cascades. That's not really going to make it to us until early in the morning when we get a bigger push. And then it's a mix of showers and breaks in that action. So I think what winds up happening is we hang on to those showers, but by the middle part of the day, we catch breaks in the clouds. In the afternoon, mostly cloudy with a few peaks of sun. Thursday winds up looking a little bit sunnier, but still hanging on to a few of those clouds across the inland northwest. But the big thing about Thursday is it does stay dry. Now, as we move to the overnight hours, we do fall into the 50s, even if barely, and then we climb up into the mid 60s and upper 60s by noon. So it is looking like an absolutely beautiful day. We just got to get through that morning rain. Coming up in the full forecast, we're talking about when you can see sun and when that rain moves in later this week.
All right, Jeremy, sounds good. Well, as we continue our Boomtown coverage, we are focusing on the growth in the inland northwest. And tonight we are taking a look at Kootenai County, where renters say they are spending up to half of their income on rent payments.
I paid $9.19 a month for a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, and that's like a miracle here in Coeur d'Alene. So if I was anywhere else, I'd be paying probably double that, if not more.
An Idaho nonprofit surveyed residents in Kootenai County and found people were spending more than half of their income on rent payments. According to a Washington Trust Bank economist, Idaho homeowners are experiencing similar financial demands when it comes to paying their mortgages. A February 2022 study found Idaho residents are paying an average of 57.2% of their incomes on mortgages today. Coming up in about 5 minutes, we will continue our Boomtown coverage and how the current real estate market could impact your home's value right here in Spokane County. In your Northwest news tonight, a Coeur d'Alene food bank at the Altar Church is experiencing shortages. Normally, the bank holds enough food on site to feed up to 100 families. Well, yesterday, manager Stephanie Roberts said the shelves were pretty much empty except for 1,500 boxes of mac and cheese. Roberts says the shortage is due to a lack of donations and an uptick in people needing assistance in feeding their families. So if you'd like to help, donations of non-perishable food and money can be dropped off at the Altar Church between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. every Monday. All right, this next story is pretty remarkable. A 4-year-old boy was found alive after spending 2 days alone missing in the northwestern Montana wilderness. Police say he was playing with the family dog in their yard last Friday when he disappeared. Searchers used ATVs, drones, dog teams, and a boat, and then got help from the Montana Air National Guard with their helicopters. Well, he was finally found on Sunday about 2 miles from where he disappeared, thankfully with no serious injuries. Nice job to everyone involved in that. Well, today was a day full of emotion in Washington, D.C. The Biden administration brought in actor Matthew McConaughey to highlight the need for new gun control legislation.
These are the same green Converse on her feet that turned out to be the only clear evidence that could identify her after the shooting. How about that?
Matthew McConaughey delivered a personal plea for gun control legislation at the White House today. The actor and gun owner hopes his presence will pressure Congress to take action. Over on Capitol Hill, senators heard from Garnell Whitfield Jr., whose mother, Ruth, was killed in a racist massacre at a Buffalo supermarket. A bipartisan group of lawmakers are hoping to reach an agreement this week on legislation that could include enhanced background checks, incentives for red flag laws, and greater investments in mental health. Tomorrow, a House panel will hear from Mia Carrillo, a fourth grader at Robb Elementary School, who smeared her classmates' blood on herself to appear dead during that school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. All right, don't go to bed just yet. If you live in Spokane County, you should expect to see your property value assessment in the mail this week. As part of our ongoing Boomtown series, what the county assessor says you should expect and what it means for your property taxes.